Okay, here we are for the red installment of the Ixalan pre-release guide. So we're going to start off with Ready Crew. I think this card's probably a B because it is actually really good stats, and you draw a card. I know you discard at random, so I'm only going to give it a B for randomness. If you could choose, it would probably be an A because it would be really powerful. Next card here, do not play this card. You're just going to draw the game unless you somehow have life gain in your deck. So you'd have to be Mardu specifically. Mardu being black, red, and white. That's the only way I would play this card. It's a bit of a standard playable card. Probably it's even, no, Commander, it's probably a bit of a joke card. Anyway, next card, Blasting Cannons. This is an A. This is card advantage. It turns into removal on the stick. Repeatable removal is amazing. This card is an A. Speaking of repeatable removal, this card is probably a B. It's not as good as this because this is so much more mana, so it's probably a B, but it's still very solid. Next guy, this guy is an A. Oh, sorry, I'm blocking him, which I didn't realize I'm blocking him from. There's the stats there. I've been blocking them in all my videos, so that's good to know that I've been doing that the whole time. This is an amazing late game mana sink, and it's decent stats, so this card's amazing. This card's an A. It's a game winner. You just scroll across here, scroll down. Rampaging Ferocidon. This card is probably a B. Really good stats, and it's got some upside as well. Again, probably might see some play in standard. I think this card's probably a B, maybe a B minus. Yeah, probably B minus, especially versus the black-white vampires deck. That second effect is not that's no joke. Like Captain Lannery Storm, probably a C plus. Yeah, I'll just go C plus for that one. Next card up. I just have my notes here. You can't hear, but Burning Sun's Avatar. This card for me is an A. Really good stats, 6 mana for a 6/6, and the effect is extremely powerful. So I'm going to give that card an A. Angrat's Marauders. This is another amazing effect, and it actually does something when you come down, because if you've got a board stall and then you play this, you know, you can go to combat and attack with everything and deals double damage. So that's a game winner. That's an A from me. Sunbird's Invocation. This is too slow for me. That's personally, I'm just, whoops, too slow for me. Next, we have the Skin Shifter. I think this card's pretty good. Let me see, yeah, it's got to be attacking, so it's better in the late game with your bigger cards, but I think it's probably a B, and then if you've got better cards, it probably becomes an A because you can just double your better cards. Here we go, Bonded Horncrest. This is probably a C+, really good stats. Can't attack or block alone is a bit of a thing, but if you're aggro, it's a really good card, great stats, so here we go, Fiery Canode. This non-pirate creature, tricky one to rate. I'd probably play it in my decks if I was a pirate, but if I'm not pirates, I'm probably not going to play it. So again, just you want to be pirates playing that card. Rigging Runner. What do we got for here? This is kind of a turn. You don't want to play him on turn 1. You want to play him on turn 3 or 4, and then even then he's only like. Obviously, he's a 1 mana 2/2 first strike, which seems great in paper, but you're always playing him on turn 3 or 4. So not the best. Probably a D plus for me, unless you're in a super aggro deck. Lightning Rig Crew. Next up, doesn't have any power. You got to be heavy pirates. Probably a D plus for me. You really have to be heavy pirates to play that card. Don't play it in your random red decks. Now here's a card. This is an uncommon, and I think this is probably an A. The stats are amazing. It reminds me of Reality Smasher, which that card was bonkers, but this card is still really good even without the extra line of text. I think this is an A. Well, maybe not an A. Maybe it's like a B plus, but it's a really good card. This card here I think is too slow. It's too much mana. So it's 3 mana to basically deal 1 damage to a creature or player, and you have to sacrifice something. I think this card's terrible. Do not play this in your deck. This card here, only play it in your dinosaur decks. You can't use it on defense, you have to use it on offense, and you've got to be heavy dinos. Only play it in your dino decks. Here's another card that you only want to play in your dinosaur decks. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now this card here, you probably want to play in all your decks because it is amazing. I think this card is really good. I can't remember what I gave it. I think I gave it a B. Wow, I gave it a B. That's how good I thought it was, because if you can maybe give it an indestructible, or +2/+2, or an aura with it, yeah, this card is really powerful, I think. So it's basically a 2 mana 3/3, and then you can do some shenanigans to make it more. Stormfleet Arsonist, where are we here? I gave this card a C+ because they're just going to sacrifice the land. Even if you set it up, they're just going to sacrifice the land, which or like a crappy 1/1. I'm not a huge fan of this card. It's probably just a C+. Trove of Temptation. I find it really hard to rate this card. It forces them to attack, which is good if you're ahead. If you're behind, it doesn't do anything. So it's kind of a win more card. I'm not a big fan of those. I would not play it in my deck. Next we got Wily Goblin. I don't like this card. It's got to be double red. It's a 1/1. You only get that. F+, because it's got a slight bit of upside. Do not play that card in your deck. I would not recommend it unless you're 3 colors. Maybe if you're desperate for 3-color fixing, then you could play it. Lightning Strike. I think it's really good removal. It can finish people off. Oh, my part was moving there. Lightning Strike, probably like a B. Here we go. Fire Cannon Blast. This is probably a C+. I'd love if it said player, but obviously that would be too good because you could just set up the attack and then deal 6 damage for 3 mana. So probably C+ from me because it's sorcery. This card here, it's a bear with a bit of upside, probably a C. Dual Shot. Normally I don't like this card, but it actually kills a lot of 1/1 vampire lifelinkers in black and white. And also it enrages your big green, white, and red dinosaurs. So this card is probably a C+ in this format, maybe even better, we'll have to see. This card is a sideboard card, only bring it in versus powerful artifacts or flip enchantments that flip into lands. You're probably going to have another power, to be honest. You can't block, that doesn't really make too much of a difference. It's probably a C for me. This card here I'm not too happy about. 3 mana 4/2, they're just going to block with a bunch of 2/2s, or maybe 2 1/1s. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but it is a dinosaur, so I will give it a D+. This is one of the best keepers. They have the set of these, because it is removal as well. So I actually really like this. Well, I mean, I don't really like it, but I like it enough out of the guys. Probably, maybe just a C, or maybe like a C-. It's probably the best of the bunch. Nest Robber, I don't like this card. I like the flavor of the card. He's robbing an egg. It's hilarious. But no, I don't like this card unless you're super aggro. It's just going to trade for a 1/1 lifelinker or something like that. So not a huge fan of that one. Here's another card I really don't like. 3 mana for a 1/1. The effect. No, do not play that card in your deck. This card I would play in the deck because it can potentially remove a creature or finish off a creature that you just, like let's say you attacked and then they blocked and then there's 3 damage on them. So I actually like that card, especially since it can finish off. Where are we here? Stormfleet. So C+ for that one. Hijack, probably a D. Everyone knows what hijack is, but I'll show anyway. Yeah, not a big fan of that one. Unless you've got like a sacrifice outlet, then it becomes really good. But otherwise, not great. You're probably going to have another dinosaur in your deck, so it's basically a 4 mana 5/3 trample, which is not bad. Probably a C+ for me. This is another one of those auras that's actually really cheap, and I kind of like it. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of auras, but I think this one's okay. Probably like a C-, maybe a D+. Here's a combat trick I do like. 1 in a red, +3/+1, first strike. First strike being very good for trading, or like you're allegedly going to trade and then you don't trade because of this trick. It's a good finisher as well. Yeah, I like the card. Probably a solid C for me. Not a huge fan of this one. Probably a D+. Again, I wouldn't judge you if it was in your deck, but I wouldn't be playing a ton of them. If you control a dinosaur, great on the aggro with dinosaurs. Otherwise, it's just a bear. Probably a D+. This card I would only play with a lot of enrage cards, but if you do have enrage cards, it's really good. This card here, 6 mana for a 5/4. That when it gets damaged, it deals 3 damage to a target opponent. So it's kind of like Afflict, but also works on defense as well. So I think it's probably solid, probably a C+. And then we've got Unfriendly Fire, which is a really good removal, and it can actually hit players as well, so to finish them off. So I think that card's probably a B. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's the red portion done, and stick around for the green portion coming up next.